Hello, I'm back at you with another book review, and it's for They Both Jet at the End by Adam Silvera. Again, this is one of my most anticipated reads of the year because I love Adam Silvera and his writing, and I also have a book review for his previous novel, History Is All You Left Me. Get that promo. Spoiler alert, I also love that one, so I'm gonna link that down below and in the eye and whatnot, but yeah. They Both Jet at the End. Man, I requested an ARC from the publisher and I'm super pumped that I did get one because it's fabulous. It's honest to God such a fantastic read. The concept of the book is that in this world, it's basically our world, except there is this thing called a death cast, which is basically an organization that predicts when people will die and has people said to die, humans, to let them know that they have less than 24 hours to live. They don't know how Deathcast predicts that. Adam Silvera, if you want to let us know, please do, because like homegirl needs some answers, okay? And they don't know how they're going to die, or if they do, they just don't let them know. And this is what happens to our two protagonists, Rufus and Mateo. They both get the call from Deathcast, which means that they both have less than 24 hours to live. And in this world, there's also this Last Friend app, which is an app for deckers, as they call people who got the call, to meet up with each other, or for people who want to help out a decker and, you know, make their last day on this earth better, to meet up and have one day, one last friend, which is great, because like some of us are lonely, Janet. Naturally, our two protagonists meet up on the app, and it sort of starts from there, except it starts when each of them get their individual phone call. You know what I'm saying? And it's wonderful. In typical Adam Silvera manner, the story is very much at its core about grief and the different ways people process it, because one of the boys literally has his funeral with him there, and you not only get to see the boys dealing with their own death, but you also get to see the people around them and how they process it. And unlike in History Is All You Left Me, which is very much about the grief and pain that accompanies death after it's happened, and They Both Die at the End, it's sort of a very current process. It's still happening. It's all the more intriguing and complex, but equally heartbreaking, and it's so complex and multifaceted. And once again, Adam Silvera somehow manages to get to the very core of what it means to be human and have feelings and how we process them and how we interact with other people and how it affects us as individuals, and it's just wonderful. The story has just enough, you know, happiness and hope and whatnot sparkle through to make the grief all the more unbearable, because, you know, they're like happy, but they're also dying, so that's happening. Also, of course, the diversity in this is beautiful. It's introduced in such a seamless manner that it's perfect to reflect the diversity of the real world, because it's not like blown out of proportion. Like, I've seen this topic of discussion of diversity as a trend, which is stupid. Anyway, but Adam does it so naturally and so organically that it's just, you can tell he does it because that's how the real world is, and it's wonderful. And not only do we get, obviously, the two main narrative perspectives, much like in Nicola Yoon's The Sun Is Also a Star, we get some other perspectives from other characters within the story / world sparkled in. They're much shorter, but they do have that quality that makes for a richer perspective of the overall story arc, and it's incredible. It's wonderful. I don't even have words. Also, back to the diversity. we have a lot of diversity in characters in terms of sexuality, race, so on and so forth. But our two main protagonists are a Puerto Rican gay kid and the bisexual Cuban American, and that's perfect. Also, I had to ask Adam on Twitter because one of the main characters, Mateo, his thought process, especially towards the beginning of the book, feels very close to heart, so I had to ask if he has an anxiety disorder. I wanted to ask if he has anxiety, but then I was like, I mean like a proper disorder, not just like, whoa, I'm going to die in less than 24 hours anxiety, which feels like a very natural response to the news, you feel me? So basically, Adam said that Mateo did have anxiety before he even realized he had anxiety, and that his editor pointed it out, and it just made sense. So I was even more happy to find that out. Look out for it. And if you didn't know, now you know, Mr. President. Am I back to Hamilton references? I don't know. Anyway, yes. Also, since we do have all these different perspectives in terms of narration, I thought I do have to point out that Adam does not have the cliche YA problem that there is when we have more than one POV in one book, because his narrators do have very distinct voices. Rufus specifically, he sounds so on brand for Adam because he uses the words yo and man so often. It's kind of funny. But yeah, I really love that. And you can tell who is narrating each chapter, and it's just perfect. The writing style does not disappoint. I've written down so many quotes that have just like touched me, and it's wonderful. Honestly, I do not have enough words to recommend to you this book and how amazing it is. And like Emma from Emma Books said on Twitter, honestly, I could read like 7 sequels set in this same world, and I would be just super happy. If Adam Silvera decided to only write stories in this world for the rest of his life, I would be fine. Honestly, I would not be complaining. So yes, please do check out the book at the end. It's out in the US on September 5th, which is the day the story takes place in the book. So you can just like, you know, read it in real time and be sad. And in the UK, it's only out on September 7th. Nevertheless, you should definitely check it out because it's incredible. Thank you guys so much for watching, and once you do read this amazing book, do let me know what you think of it. Okay, bye!